Hello, Pilates mat class people. I just realized I'm a BuzzSuit in the foreground, or don't get worried, we aren't using the BuzzSuit. We are going to get some different movements here on the mat today, mix up your movement patterns hopefully a little bit. So speaking of mixing up, let's go ahead and start on the stomach today. So if you're on the stomach, our hands are going to be at our sides, top of the feet pushing down and away from us. Make sure that when your face hits the floor, you're not on your forehead or your chin. You want to adjust the neck and open up the chest and shoulders enough that we're right on the tip of the nose. And I want you just to start to take that opportunity as the feet push down and away to pull your abdominal wall up. We're not sticking our butt up in the air. We're pulling the stomach away from the floor. And then once you have that first initial engagement of the stomach up and into that spine, we're going to push a little harder into the feet. See if you can find your hamstrings there. If you can't, change the angle of your leg bones a little bit. See if you have more luck there. And we're going to go ahead and keep the nose on the floor. Lift hands and elbows up, hands and elbows down. Keep going. Get that back of the shoulder cup. Notice my head stays still. I'm not doing thoracic extension. I'm activating the shoulder cup. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to go out to wide wings. Wide wings down and up. Keep the nose on the floor. Keep the stomach pulling up. Keep the feet pushing down. 4, 3, 2, 1. You've got two options here. You can go back at your sides, or you can go all the way forward. Hands down, hands up. Here I'm showing forward. Remember, you can also do back here. Whichever one works for you. You want to keep the chest nice and wide. Keep the head down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the arms back in, short wings. And now on the lift. Head and chest up. Head and chest back now. Head and chest up. Head and chest back down. My elbows stay at the same height as those hands, or if anything, they could be a little lower. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Good. Set it down. Sit yourself up into a little child's pose, and then we're going to swing it around onto our back. So here on our back, our feet are going to be a distance away from our bottom, that we have that even pressure toe to heel, and we have that opportunity for the down and inward tension, getting the hamstrings and glutes. We're going to start our hands here at our sides, and then take them up and overhead. As they reach up and overhead, rather than arcing the ribs to support the weight of the lever of the arms, you want to anchor them and lengthen the lats. Hold here for me. Imagine you're holding on a bar, and notice the height of my hands in relationship to the floor. I'm not relaxing them on the floor. I'm reaching up and out, and one side wants to be shorter than shorter than the other side. See if you have the same problem. And so now that we're pulling with our feet, I want to get a little pelvic tilt here. I'm not clenching the glutes. I'm scooping the pelvis. And the difference between that is the activation of that front of the pelvic floor, the front of our bikini, those guys, jean zipper, and not pinching my glutes. If I was pinching my glutes, my leg bones, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, I'll do one like that. My leg bones would rotate. I don't know if you can see the difference, but there's a big difference there. We want the leg bones to stay pretty neutral, just get the front of that pelvic floor to work. One more here. And then we're going to continue that all the way up. And the big difference of those two is one allows our lumbar spine to stay decompressed as we go through flexion, which is super important as we go through flexion. And then as we come down, we're going to flip the palms open. Take the arms out to the side first. This gives us decompression of the shoulder girdle. So our thoracic can roll down. And we're just going to roll down to the tips of the shoulder blades and roll back up. Keep pulling the arms out. In these little sticky spots first that can cause kind of that feeling of that caving and falling sensation that we get through mid-back. If one of these is hung up, then we kind of go boom through the mid-spine. And those mid-spine vertebrae are the ones that are least supported. Those ribs don't wrap all the way around, so we want to really give as much support before we go full articulation down. And you can either keep your hands out to the side or go down at your sides. Either one's good with me. I'm going to go out to the sides. I need it today. And articulate up. So just as before, we don't want to rotate those femurs to get that articulated lift. We want to tilt the pelvis, engaging the pelvic floor muscles without pressure. Lift, long, even through the back of my neck. And down. 2 more. Lift. And back down. 1 more here, and then we'll get a little front chain. Lift. And back down. And then here at the bottom, we're going to keep a little bit of a pull in between the feet and the buns. Hands go interlace behind the back of the head. Pull your head heavy into your hands. Keep your head heavy in your hands as we chest lift up, back down. Chest lift up, and back down. Lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. Last one, lift and hold up there for me. Take the left leg, bring it up to tabletop, and switch, and switch, and switch. Pelvic, shoulder girdle, staying nice and stable as we're moving in and out of hip flexion here. So a lot of people say, this is ab exercise. The element of the abs is not moving the legs. The element of the abs is keeping the pelvis still, or the hip flexors move the legs. Yeah, it's a hip flexor exercise too. 2. Well, what we don't want is hip flexor stabilizing. What that would look like is this. See how my pelvis is moving? My pelvis will stay still. So we're going to go both feet down. Since we just used our hip flexors, we're going to extend them. Hands press into the floor, head goes down. Active pull of the feet. The hips are going to go ahead and lift back up. And so enjoying that nice lengthening of the hip flexors. Enjoying the deeper engagement of hamstrings, glutes, and adductors. We're going to maintain our hip extension. Right leg comes up. Flex that foot, reach it up to the floor. Little hip extensions here. Pushing that right foot up to the floor, the ceiling, and opening up the front of that left hip. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, place that foot on the floor, pull with both feet. Other leg comes up, flex that foot. And you're welcome to do these with the bent knee too, if this is causing you pelvic displacement. Bent knee. It's more about that hip that's extending. It's not about this leg. This is just a challenge. Longer lever. 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, place that foot down. We're going to go ahead and hover our hands. As you roll the spine down, hands go up to ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to curl the head and shoulders up. All the way up. I can feel how good my hair looks right now. Oh, wow. Lift the head and chest nice and high. So we're going to go through some different phases of our hundreds. I'm going to have you squeeze the knees together. And we're going to start this first one in this upright position. And we're going to pump the arms. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Working on that spinal stability as we move this lever. My arms nice and quickly at my sides. Inhale, pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. One more set here. And exhale. I'm going to start to roll it down. As I do so, the feet will come up. Hands come behind the head for a moment. Pull the head into the hands. Notice I kind of adjusted my spine out nice and long. And then the arms come back at our sides, and we're going to pump again. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Different plane of gravity, different load. Short levers right now. And then we want to extend the lever out, long lever. Exhale. Pump, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. One more breath cycle. Exhale. Knees come in. Hands are going to go out to a T. I'm going to take my right foot out long and low. Think about those toes pushing up against the imaginary wall. Press the heel into the floor. Use the back of that leg to help you stabilize the pelvis. And now we're going to reach that left leg up to the ceiling. Leg circle across, down and around. Cross, down and around. Cross, down and around. Keep it going. Cross, down and around. Cross, down and around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. Reverse. Out and around. Out and around. Out and around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee back into tabletop. Other one comes up to meet it. Squeeze the knees together. Reach the arms apart. Remember that expansion of the shoulder girdle is going to give us a chance to take this where my spine is overextended, and lengthen it out. And now we're gonna go ahead and reach left leg long, stretch the toes out, press the heel into the floor, anchor that leg. And now reaching right leg up to the ceiling, start across and around, and across and around. Watch that ankle of the leg bone. We're not rotating here. Not rotating the femur, I should say. We're moving around the potential of that hip. Hold at the top, reverse. And stirring that spoon around in that bowl, getting all the dough off the edges. I just referred to my hip as dough. Oh well, we're there, right? One more. And we're gonna bend that knee into tabletop. Other one comes up to meet it. Let's challenge those levers again. Arms reach overhead. So I'm choosing an angle once again that I can get that transverse on. Going into coordination, hands press down, head curls up, reach the legs away. Open, close. In, up. Keeping that length as I go back down and reach back up. Open, close. In and up, back down. And reach. Open, close. In and up and down. And reach. Open, close. In and up and down. Keep it going. And down 4. And down 3. And down 2. And down, last one. And in and hold. Hands behind the back of the head. Fingers interlaced. Elbows high and wide. We're going to take both knees over to the right. And I like doing this in an upright position because we can see our rib cage. We want to see that it stays center and pull back to center. We can also see our kneecaps. We want to keep them matched up here. They're not shifting one in front of the other. Over, exhale, center. Over, exhale, center. Over, exhale, center. One more on the set. And center, giving up on this ponytail. And you're gonna go ahead and bring it back to center. Take the right leg all the way long. We're gonna go hands on top of the knee today. I know I mixed this up just quite a bit, but we're gonna go right into top of the knee. And so we're encouraging the upper half of the body to curl a little bit higher today. And then switch, press, 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 press. Think about those toes touching the wall. And don't forget your teeny tiny pinky toe. That's the outside of your hip working. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the back of the head. We're picking up that opposite shoulder blade and switch. Think less about elbow to knee and more about if I was sliding my hand underneath your shoulder and how you'd react to that. Keep it going. That way we have less shoulder and more oblique. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go back to knees side to side. Stay lifted. Curl up nice and high. We're going to take both knees over the left. If and only if you want to add on, extend the legs. Pull back to center and down. Over to the right. Extend. Center and bend over left. Extend. Center and bend over right. Reach along. Center and bend. One more each side. Reach long. Center and bend. Last one over. Reach along. Center and bend. Each foot on the floor. Take a big stretch back. And so there's a lot of front chain in Pilates. That's why it's so nice to get those bridges in between, because that gets us kind of plugged back into the posterior side. So let's go there. Hands press into the floor. Nice little active pull of the feet. We're going to go ahead and peel and lift the hips up. Hold here at the top again. Really establish spinal length here because we're going to be hanging out here a while. So get long head to tail. Think about your kneecaps traveling over your toes. And then we're going to go ahead and take that left leg and pull it up to tabletop like we did before. Then we're going to extend it away at a height that we can keep both hips level with each other. We're going to point up and flex down. So bridge kicks. And your kick might be small. It might be this big. It might be this big. It has to be in a range that you're keeping the pelvis nice and still, because it's not about the kicking leg. It's about our ability to stabilize the rest of the body while that big old lever moves. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, place that foot on the floor, pull with the feet, lengthen the knees, right leg comes up, and then we reach that leg out. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. It's up, flex down. It's up, flex down. 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, place that foot down, roll it down. Now, I always hated traditional hamstring pull right after bridging. It's very classical to follow that order. I think I'm saying classical. It's typical to follow that order. I don't like it. So we're going to work our way into it. I want you to hug your knees into your chest. So with the knees into the chest, I want you to go wide for a moment, elbows and knees. And we're spreading our sit bones, we're spreading our scapula so our spine can just go and trickle nice and long in between them. And then we're going to bring the knees together. Hands go to the back of the head. Pull your head up, heavy and long. Flatten out the tummy. So we have this really nice stable base here because I want to really focus on having this stable base before I'm straightening my legs. Because a lot of times we go into hamstring pull and watch my pelvis in this. It'll look like this. My pelvis has posteriorly tilted and then I'm cranked in my thoracic instead. So I want to really make sure that this base is nice and stable. And I'm just going to extend my legs from there. And I want to drop that bottom leg. I'm not necessarily resting it up. I'm actually actively pushing it into the floor to get this back of the leg to fire and help stabilize this pelvic position. And pull it back up to tabletop. And reach, press for a moment, back into tabletop. So we're priming our body because in those anchored bridge kicks, or high bridge, or whatever it's called, we're going to use our hamstrings a lot. And so our hamstrings were just overloaded in that bridge. They're tight, they're short, and we want to just kind of ease the length into them. Hold it. Okay, now let's see if you can pull the leg in a little bit farther without altering our pelvic position, and switch, and switch, and switch. You want to push the leg in the floor. If it helps you, go for it, but you don't have to. And then if you want that challenge of not holding a leg, hands behind the head, that's optional. And then with the holding the leg or not holding a leg, we're going to add that rotation. Inhale, exhale. Try to see if you can start that exhale before your twist. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And now this is where we're going to start to have some fun today. I hope it's fun. And we're going to go ahead and drop the head. And I'm going to go ahead as I switch my legs, kick over to that side. Now I ran out of mat space, so you might too. That's okay. I'll scooch on because I'm probably going to fall if I don't. And we're going to bring the feet just slightly in front of the body. Hands behind the head, other arms nice and long. And we want to make sure knees and toes pointing forward. We're going to take that top leg forward. And I want you to draw little circles backwards today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the direction of the circle. And we want to be really reaching through all the toes of that leg as it's going through those circles. 2, 1. Externally rotate. Heel tap in front, up, touch behind. Front, back, front, back. Be soft with your heel touch. Don't slam your leg. And we'll turn those into double taps. We're trying to minimally swing the body here. So tap, 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 tap. And if you need to go slower than the count that I'm going, that's fine. I'm not counting them up. 2, 1. And then I'm going to keep the external rotation today. Point the toe, slide the toe in, open up that hip, up to the ceiling and back down. Point, slide in, up to ceiling and back down. Exercises like this that I wish I maybe spent a little more time in ballet. 2 more. And down, last one. And down, then we reverse it. So we're going to kick up, down to knees, sliding out. And out. Out. And out. Last one. And out. And then we're going to slide back in. Place that foot on the floor today. We're going to open up the hip. Make sure when I'm opening up the hip, I'm not rolling back on it. We're going to go ahead and flex the bottom foot, and it's going to lift and lower. Lift. I'm not changing my hip position as I lift that leg, and my foot staying in a neutral position as well. 2 more. Last one here. Hold. Point the toe, and little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and relax. Set the legs up. And now, if you want to do the transition, you can. We're going to go ahead and kick forward and then up and over to the other side. I'm going to switch positions so I can face you guys and you can hear me. I realize I mute, that might be what you want to. You can switch positions, that's fine. All right, so now laying on our other side. It's not good talking to be recording. Feet just slightly in front of the body, hand behind the back of the head. We're going to make sure toes and knees pointing forward, not rotating that bottom leg to stabilize us, lift it up to hip height. And then from here, little circles backwards. And as we draw that circle, we want that feeling of it spiraling away from us, farther and farther, like a balloon running out of air. And then we're going to go the other direction. Three, two, one. And then we're going to go external rotation. Up, touch front, touch back. Front and back. And the more length that you have out of the hip, the more room you'll have to get around that foot. You won't be tripping over that bottom foot. And then we'll switch to double taps. Tap 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. One more here, each side. And then we're going to go ahead and point the toes, sliding in, opening up the hip as much as you can. Up to the ceiling and then back down. Point and slide in, up to the ceiling and back down. Point and slide in, up to the ceiling and back down. Keep it going. And back down. Ceiling and down. 2 more. And down. Last one here. And down. Now we go reverse. So it's going to go up, point down, slide out. Up, point down, slide out. Keep it going. Looking for minimal movement from the torso. Getting as much range of that hip as you can with the stability from the rest of the body. One more here. Drop it down, and let's go ahead and take that foot in front of that hip. Open up the hip, make sure the hips are stacked, and now bottom leg lifts and lowers. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Knee is on lock to the leg that's lifting. Foot's in a neutral rotational tension. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Drop that foot down. Good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and swing the foot forward and then onto our back. Once again, you might need to reposition yourself. On the mats, we're going back to our abs and our roll-ups. Legs are all the way extended. Flex the feet for a moment. Press your heels into the floor. Ground the back side of our legs. Arms reach up. And then you're going to go ahead and reach through pointed toes as we lift the head and shoulders and continue all the way up into that first roll up. Inhale, back side of the body. Nice big C curve, rolling down. There at the bottom, flex the feet today as your arms reach overhead. So we're getting a little decompression in there. Point the toes, curling up. So just adding that little bit of a hamstring anchor at the bottom of our roll up today. Rolling back. Lengthen, point, curling up and over. And back again. Reach and curl up and over. And rolling back again. Curl. If you want more of a challenge, at this point you're welcome to take the hands behind the head. Same thing. Keep the head heavy in the hands as you come up. Rolling back. And 2 more. And rolling back. 1 more here. Curling up. And hold the hair at the top. We're going to go ahead and pull the feet in. Sit up nice and tall. And we go short wings. Keep the feet pulling towards you, and we're going to go wings out, wings in, wings out, wings in. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of shoulder cuff work again. We're also working on the stability of our pelvic floor as we go through our spine stretch series. 1 more here. And in hold, flex the feet, push them out. Hopefully you sit up nice and tall here. Arms reach forward. And spine stretch forward. All the breath out. And inhale, restack again. Low back, move back, shoulders head. Just like you're going up a wall. And again, breath out. And inhale up again. Exhale, big breath out. Inhale up again. Big breath out. And up again. Nice and fluid today. 4 more. And up. 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one here. And up and hold here at the top. You know, hook your thumbs on your elbows, bring your feet together, point the toes. Drop the elbows in, lift the chest and shoulders, rotating to the left for 2. And center. Remember, as you rotate, you're wringing out your waist like a wet towel. Twist, get taller, and center. Twist, get taller, back to center. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more here. Good. We're going to bring the feet in again. Let's get a couple teaser preps in between. So we're going to pull with those feet, arms reach up. And I want you just to roll down to the back of your waistband. And then curl. Right back up again. And rolling down. I have a calf cramp. There we go. And rolling down. That happens when I take 2 classes in a row. And all the way up. And rolling down. And back up again. Rolling down. Little teaser prep. Preparing us to sit up nice and tall. 1 more here. All the way up. Flex the feet. Push them out the corners of the mat as we open up our arms. Remember, if you have a hard time sitting up right here, pull with the heels. Use your hamstring tension. Soften your knees to get there. I'm going to lift and rotate to the left. Back in, rotates down. Soft. Up and over. Back up nice and tall. Back to center. Big breath out. Use the pulling apart of these arms to really get that sawing action. Pull the arms apart. Up and center. Rotate. Pull the arms apart. Up and center. 1 more each side. Rotate. Pull the arms apart. And center. Last one. Rotate. Pull the arms apart. Up and center again. Good. Go ahead and bring the legs back together. Arms reach up. So building on that teaser prep, we're going to inhale, scoop, roll back. The knees are going to bend. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, curling up. Now you can keep your feet on the floor or you can lift the legs. Set them down, rolling back down again. Sweep, lift, bend, and back down again. Sweep, lift, extend, bend, and down again. Sweep, lift, extend, bend, and down again. 1 more here. Sweep, lift, extend, bend, and hold it there for me. We're going to bring the hands behind us, drop down onto your elbows, pick up the legs. You're going to extend the legs all the way up for me. You take them over to the right, and then over left. Tick-tock. And over right. Now notice my chest and shoulders are staying nice and lifted and still here. Not allowing those to shift with the legs. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Go ahead and tuck your knees in, and then you're going to reach forward, grab your shins for rolling like a ball. Keep your eyes down and rolling to the back of the shoulders, and exhale back up again. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. Keep it going. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. Get 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one. And up and hold it here for me. Grab onto the back of that thigh, separate. lift the legs to hip height first. Open the chest and shoulders. So we're taking that roll like a ball position, and then we're opening up the thoracic from it. And we're going to go ahead and scoop and roll in that modified open leg rocker. Sitting up nice and tall. Roll and lift. One more roll and lift and hold at the top. Today, single leg extension. Pick up just the right leg. Same thing, 3. And up. And 2. And up. And last one. And up. Bend that knee, other leg going up. Now sit up nice and tall and rolling back and up. And scoop and lift. And scoop and lift. One more scoop and lift. Hold here at the top. If you can, both legs up, bring them together or both knees bent. Pick up those arms, hold that teaser position. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, let's get to some quadruped work. My favorite stuff. All right, so from hands and knees, let's start off, since we just had a lot of hip flexion once again, we want to balance it out. Let's get some extension. I'm going to take the hands just slightly in front of the shoulders. So a lot of that posterior chain needs a little support from our shoulder blades. So hugging those elbows at each other. We're going to keep our spine nice and still. We're not dipping in our spine. Our spine is going to stay still. We're going to go ahead and dip the elbows to the mat and right back up. Make sure both sides are going together. You're not going down like a cheap pair of blinds. And back up. Dip. And back up. One more. Dip and hold. Let's take left leg out. Hold it there for me. Little hip extensions. I'm not changing my pelvic angle as I'm going through these. Lift. 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 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that knee in. Other leg going out. Stabilize in between the shoulders again. Lift. 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 Keep it going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knee in. Press yourself back up to your hands. And then we're going to go ahead and take left foot out. If you need to walk the hands in closer, be my guest. That's absolutely fine. Right foot out. Hold. And so you're welcome to do this next one from the knees. If you could do it full plank, go for it. But we're going to go down. Right elbow, left, up, right, left, and down, left, right, and up, left, right, and down, right, left, up, right, left. One more, left, right, and up, left, right, and hold it there for me. And hip extension here, right. And if you need to modify, left knee could be on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee and switch. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the knees down. Sit back for a moment if you can on your feet. And then we're going to swing the feet around in front of us. So a little chest expansion here. We'll get some kicks in from here as well. Fingertips facing your bottom, or you can go to the sides. If you do choose to go behind you, it's important that you don't lock out your elbows. This is possible. Just be sure that you're not relying on that elbow joint. Lift the chest up out of shoulders. Open up the shoulder blades. Send the left leg all the way out. Pull with that right foot. We're going to come up into that front support, or back support. Mixing up names. It's been a while. And now kicking left leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and set the hips down. Switch the legs now. Other leg going out. Open up chest and shoulders. Open up shoulder blades. And now pull into that left foot. Lifting up. And kicking the right leg now. Kick. 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 Keep it going. Kick. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. Set it on down. We switch back over to quadruped. Some side support. So from side support, from our plank, we'll be going back and forth. If you need to modify, I'll give you a cue of a knee drop, and what the knee drop will look like is right from here. You'll be rotating. See, my foot rotates with that knee. Otherwise, we would be going from the feet. We're going to go ahead and send left foot out. If you want the challenge, right leg also goes out to meet it. Hold it there for me. And then we're going to go ahead and open up to that right hand. On the floor, left hand up to the ceiling. Our modified would be right here. Hold that side support. The first one we're going to do is an overhead reach. My hip picks up to the ceiling. Overhead reach, and back up to the ceiling. Overhead reach, and back up to the ceiling. 2 more. Reach, up to ceiling. Last one, reach, and up to ceiling. Hold, rotate, full plank. If you need to modify, left knee goes down, and we're going to open up now onto the left hand, right hand up the ceiling. Picking up the hip, reach overhead, up the ceiling. Overhead, up the ceiling. I'm actively pulling with those feet. I'm not shoving them away from me. 2 more. Reach. And back up. Last one. And back up. Get it back to plank. Hold it there for me. To modify, right knee comes in. Going back over to that right side. So we're going to go dips. I'm going to dip the hip down. Lift back up. Dip the hip down. I am keeping the legs straight today. You can bend if you need to. If it hurts you to go all the way to the floor, don't. Do a dip here. And up, that's fine. 2. And up. Last one. And up and hold. Take it back. Good. To modify, left foot on the floor. We're going to go over to the other side. Nice wingspan. Dip. And up. Dip. And up. Can you tell which side's my weak side? And 3. And up. 2, and up, last one, and up, back to that plank, full plank if you got it, hold it, slow and controlled, all the way down, uncurl the toes, give them a break, hands at our sides again, just like we began. I'm going to add some swim stretch to it. So with your nose on the floor, I want you to press your forearms into the floor like you have the sensation of an 8-point plank. We're pulling up our ribs and tummy. And hover the legs. Little swim kicks here. Kick, 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 kick. Make sure that you're not pushing into the heads of the pelvis or pushing into your stomach to get your hip to extend. That would be pelvic extension. And then we're going to go ahead and press the feet down. Lift the head and chest. Breaststroke. Reach. Sweep. Bend. Reach. Sweep. Bend. Sweep. Bend. 4. 3, 2, 1 more here, and then overlap your hands in front of your forehead, rest your forehead down, pull your stomach up, so just changing the angle of our arms and shoulders a little bit, legs hover again, flutter kick. This one should actually be a little easier than the last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Same focus, don't push into your heads of the pelvis or pubic bone to get the hip to extend. And then push the feet down again. Arms go back at our sides. Butterfly. So we're going to lift the head and chest, sweep forward, pull in. Notice my hands and elbows are the same height. Reach, sweep, pull in. Reach, sweep, pull in. Reach, taking my breath, reach. In 2 more. Last one, we're going to hold forward. You can press your fingertips down to regroup. Pull that abdominal on. Hover the legs. Right arm, left leg. And switch. Full swim. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more set. And exhale. Go ahead and release it down. Hand right underneath your shoulders. Push up. Rounding back. Have a seat. Turn the mat. Steel puppy. Some things never change, right? All right, so here at the front of your mat, bottom of the feet come together. Step nice and tall. Just take a moment to grab the front of your ankles. Allow yourself to lift and open on the hips. And then just pitch yourself back with those open hips. As you roll, do so slowly. Pause here. Reach between those ankles now. Clap the feet 3 times. And then back up again. And rolling back. Clap 2, 3. And up again. Clap 2, 3. And rolling back. Clap 2, 3. And up again. Clap 2, 3. Let's get 3 more. Up. And 2. And up. And 1 more here. And up. And if you want to try the graceful way out of this, you'll roll back, pull out your hands, cross the ankles, up to standing, and we're all done. 41 minutes, a little shorter than normal, but hope you get a good workout in. Take care.